Food insecurity is much greater than we would ever want to recognize. 1 in 4 children are starving when they go to bed at night. Our community is trying to outreach to the children to make sure they have food to sustain their body, to help them with the regular daily living that most of us take for granted. I started volunteering from the time I was in high school, right through my adult life. I always feel it's really important to give back to the community where you work and live. So as I was seeking opportunities in the state of Delaware, I was introduced to AmeriCorps VISTA. The mini farm was brought to my attention, which I love to garden, I love to be outside, so I was introduced to Christine, and that just kind of blossomed from there.
I think that this program addresses the issues of food insecurity by starting with children and showing them how attainable it is to address their own food insecurity and take matters into their own hands. They can get a tomato plant and they can make their own bruschetta or caprese salad or salsa. It's so attainable for them to start making the moves to food secure themselves.
Western Sussex County in general is really in need of more cultural arts education here in the town, as well as activities for the children and their families. And so what I really love here is that the mini farm provides an opportunity for these students, for these kids, to get their hands dirty, to really learn where food comes from. Because here in America, period, we are so far removed from the food process.
The children love coming out to the mini farm. Our first year was last year, and it was very much about discovery. That was kind of the theme of our classes last year. The kids in their line were just so excited to get into the mini farm, to see all the raised beds, lots of oohing and aahing. They recognized sunflowers, they recognized hummingbirds and butterflies, and just watching that discovery was very exciting. And then this year is our second year, and we're focusing very much on culinary activities with the kids, showing them how they can take a cucumber and turn it into a really tasty Greek salad that's really simple, and they have a recipe card that they can take home that their parents don't have to buy that many ingredients, but suddenly the child is able to prepare this really tasty side dish that they're really proud of, and they can share it with their friends and their family.
We have the perfect vehicle for food distribution. We have a cafe. We have a self-prep kitchen right here in our Western Sussex County Club, where we can take the product from the farm, roll it around the corner, right into the kitchen, and start using that fresh grown crops as supplements for our daily meals. And that kitchen is putting out anywhere from 1,500 to 2,000 meals a day throughout the year, going out to our kids in Kenton, Sussex County, as part of our Boys and Girls Club's operation. So the mini farm and the kitchen are just a hand in glove fit, and it's a beautiful operation. And I think it's doing a lot for especially in the two southern counties here that we serve.
We do a lot of different classes with the kids just to expose them to all the different things that they can grow and eat. The apple tasting was really fun. I went shopping at the local nursery for apple trees, and they offered more varieties than I really wanted to buy. So I didn't want it to be my choice what we were gonna grow. So with such a permanent investment, I thought it would be cool to buy 2 of each so the kids could see what the whole apple looked like, and then also take the second apple to slice it up so they could taste the differences, how a Granny Smith is super sour and a Honeycrisp is just juicy and crisp and sweet. So there's just different flavors for each apple, and I wanted the kids to connect with that before we chose, and then we could vote together on what they wanted to see grown in their mini farm.
My favorite apple is Granny Smith because it's really sour. I like all the apples because they're so delicious. My favorite part is when I learn about fruit, vegetables, and flowers.
Overall, the kids just loved all the apples and they wanted more apples. And I think as a bonus, now when they see them in their lunch tray, the kids are more excited to see, instead of it's just an apple, many of the kids said that they didn't realize that there were different kinds. of apples. So now I think when they see them in their lunch tray, they have a different perspective of what kind of apple is it? Is it my favorite, or is it just another kind? And they're more excited to eat them when they see them in their tray.
We've been fortunate because the volunteers we have a passion for gardening or horticulture or just farming in general. And for example, Sheila Cisco has come down as part of the VISTA program and worked with Christine Justice on the farm. She's been so passionate, so excited about what she's doing.
Sheila has so much energy and so much vivacity. She came out ready to help me get these weeds under control, but she was happy to be helping the kids. She was very patient. Sheila was just awesome helping with that, and she's jumped right in with our community fair that we're starting. So she's just awesome, and I'm looking forward to working with her more often.
We have podcasting, music, gaming. Usually you only see one of the three, but today you're seeing it all.
And we just thank Sheila for being one of those volunteers that are so vital to making sure that we can grow this mini farm and make it an outreach to as big a part of the community as possible.
I was introduced to the AmeriCorps VISTA program about a year ago, and I really love what they're doing for our local community, and I'm very flattered to be a part of the organization.